Where's that lighter? All right, you're gonna have to forgive me on the theatrics a little bit, but I legitimately was looking for a lighter last night. It was one of those kind of hot June days where you still just kind of wanted to sit outside with a beer and enjoy a fire, and I could not find my lighter for the life of me. And it's one of those things where you just had it, a couple weeks ago. I mean, I don't smoke, so it's not a thing that I have around that often, but I was looking for it and I couldn't find it, and I remembered I had one in my emergency kit, and I'm surprised that I even remembered that because I have not opened this thing in such a long time. I put it in there as a first kind of degree fire source if I needed it, and then it occurred to me I hadn't even opened this thing. So I thought maybe it would be fun to kind of open this little thing up and see what's in it, because I first put this together in like 2012, so it was like 14 years ago. What I would do is I would just kind of throw this in my bag and forget about it. It would be my sort of, if I needed a knife or something, and I would out on a day hike, and I didn't, have my full on camping gear with me. I'm not going to bring a, 7-inch camp knife with me to go on like a 2-hour day hike. That's ridiculous. So I would just put this together and then just kind of throw it in my day hike bag and forget about it. You might remember my hiking video from the Key Gap near Harper's Ferry like years ago. This is right before COVID, but it definitely would have been in my pack that day, and really any other small short day hike I would have had over the last 15 years almost. So, and it occurred to me, I haven't checked it. I haven't, made sure everything is working and everything is kind of not falling apart or anything like that, or who knows what. So I thought it might be fun to kind of open it as like a mini sort of casual day hikers, almost mini time capsule. So come with me and we're going to look through this thing. All right, so I got the kit here, got my little fan going, a little bit of off-brand seltzer. All right, so what exactly is this thing? So this is sort of my last ditch, sort of what I call like an emergency kit. So basically what that means, at least the way I kind of understood it, and my sort of general thinking at the time when I first made this kit up like 14 years ago, is that I wanted to have something where, if I were to get lost or get hurt or something and I was outside, if I was, hiking by myself or something, I would at least have something, some means of, looking after myself or, trying to survive, basically. It's sort of, maybe a bit dramatic, but the way I figure it, I'd rather have something like this I can just throw in my bag every time. No frills, don't have to think about it, just toss it in there, and then like if something were to happen, it's, oh yeah, I've got a knife, I've got a lighter, or whatever it might be. So that was my kind of thinking at the time, and it's been with me all this time, all the hikes I've been on. Pretty much any time I wasn't in a full-on like camp situation where I could bring like a much larger kit, this was sort of my, last ditch sort of piece of kit. I have no idea what's in here at this point. So we're gonna open this thing up and see together. So I guess first of all, first thing to think about here is this bag itself. So Sea to Summit, I'm sure you've seen this stuff around if you get into this stuff. They make all sizes of these sort of waterproof bags. So I think the thinking was obviously to keep water out of it, particularly for like fire starting implements. Geez, I can't talk today. Or I guess if you needed to carry water for some reason, you never know. 2 liters is, fairly substantial if you're hurting. Again, this is all fairly dramatic, but to kind of throw it in there and forget. Little Ziploc bag here. Containers are always useful. Oh, I remember this thing. Let's start with that then. I do remember this. So this was an off-the-shelf. Oh god damn, this looks a little rough in here. This was an off-the-shelf sort of survival kit. This Survive Outdoors Longer. I picked this up at Eastern Mountain Sports, which I don't even think it's in business anymore. At least the one that I went to doesn't exist anymore. And they sold these kind of off-the-shelf kind of components. And so this was kind of how this all started. And I haven't opened this probably like ever. I saw like an item description. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's just grab that. So let's open up this guy, which you can see there's definitely some discoloration here. And I'm seeing, yeah, this bag has a hole in it. So this bag is obviously no longer waterproof. I mean, duh. But so, yeah, we'll get to the conclusions on that. So let's open this little guy up now. Same kind of style with the rollover top bag. This ought to be interesting because I've never opened this. Look at this. This bag is literally falling apart. Jesus. Oh, man. What do we got here? Ooh, striker. Okay, so this striker actually looks pretty good. Let's see. I haven't done this in a long time. Yep. Yeah, this striker is just fine. So this is going to stay in the kit. This is good. I haven't actually started a fire with one of these in a long time, but yeah, this actually looks just fine. Yeah, I mean, these things are basically indestructible anyway, so. All right, what's next? What's this? Ooh, fishing kit. That's interesting. Hooks, line, sinkers, swivel, a bobby pin, because that's realistic. I'm guessing there's actual hooks in here. Let's see. Wow, those are really in there, actually. Jeez. There's like 3 bobby pins in here. That's interesting. Well, maybe I'll come back to this, because probably going to need an implement to get that thing out of there. Fishing kit. That's a good idea, anyway. Oh, okay, these are great. These are probably just fine. So these are these little fire starter guys. So they take a flame real good. I don't want to waste one right now because these still look usable. This bag is fine. So the little tinder plug helps start a fire. Got here. Ooh, roll of duct tape. Yeah. This is probably just fine too. The adhesive seems all right. But regardless, you can make one of these up yourself. Definitely duct tape is endlessly useful. I mean, you could, have you ever seen that Mythbusters episode where they go there with like a pallet of duct tape and they survive and they build all sorts of ridiculous things. Awesome though. Oh, this guy. I think this is another striker. Yeah. Some other. I want to say there's like 4 different fire starting implements in here. I'm not sure what this thing is obviously fine too. Yeah. I mean, it's basically the same kind of wheels you get on a lighter. I mean, so that's basically what this is. It's a lighter without the gas. So I guess you take the tinder plug and put it right up against here. You should have some fire there. Sure. Ooh, a space blanket. Waterproof a roof or whatever, shelter if you absolutely have to. Again, a little dramatic. You could probably use it for sun or obviously emergency heat. This seems okay. This is actually like a vacuum sealed bag. So this seems just fine. What's next? Ooh, whistle. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Sorry if I blew your ears out right there. So yeah, this is just fine. And from what I understand, again, not a survival expert, but especially if I'm running water or anything else that's loud, a whistle cuts really good through, all that noise through the woods or the trees. I think a lot of my backpacks tend to have one too. The Osprey bags tend to have them on the little clips that put the bag together. So it's good to always have something like that. Ooh, little compass. Yeah, that's south is that way. Yeah, so this thing still works. Sure. This guy is emergency mirror, signaling mirror. Yeah. So got the film on it. So this is fine too, obviously, as long as the mirror's not broken. So the hole there, I think, is so you're supposed to put your eye through you're supposed to kind of like aim it at who you're trying to signal and kind of use that to catch the sun. I'm under the shade now, but I'm sure you can understand how a signaling mirror works. And then just sort of generic, signal mirror instructions. Sure. That's, why not? What's this last one? And, Dear Adventure, be safe. Lost and found tag. Yeah, why not? So this stuff I kind of added afterwards. So Neosporin, yeah, obviously cuts and stuff. And I remember right, this stuff might be flammable too, so you can use it with cotton for fire. I'm not sure on that one. I don't want to say for sure. What does it say? Flammable? I don't know. But regardless, Neosporin, very useful. All right, so we've got gauze, medical gauze. This is sealed, I think. No, but it's dry, so it's fine. Obviously, you know, if you get a cut and you need to use that Neosporin, this is something you want to have. Right along with that, got some waterproof tape, medical tape. So again, this is a lot of this is geared towards sort of you know, medical kit sort of vibe. And nonstick pad, so you can make, you know, crude bandage if you need to. I think there's another one in here. Yep. Ooh, here's the lighter I was looking for. Bill's Bic lighter, which doesn't work. Yeah, naturally. I'm guessing that gas kind of evaporated out of there about 10 years ago. And these things are like, what, $1 if you can even find them in a convenience store anymore. Got some Band-Aids, just straight up regular Band-Aids. Okay. All right. Completely dried out and like spicy pillowed hand sanitizer. Look at how blown out that is. That's hysterical. Wow. That definitely had the stuff in it when I put it in here. Hey, it's I guess it's a bottle for other things if you need it. And some Burt's Bees, which is sort of an interesting choice. Wow, some very not edible instant soup that feels like you could beat someone to death with it. Ooh, glow stick. Coleman glow stick. I'm not sure if this is still usable. So obviously emergency signaling or, you know, lighting if you're in a really dire situation, because these aren't that bright, I doubt. Green, so you could do the old the rock thing. You could wave for your emergency extraction or whatever. Wave off the F-18s. Oh, got some more cotton balls. Yeah, so these are great for fire starting. You infuse them, impregnate, whatever. You put Vaseline or petroleum jelly in these, and these things are awesome for fire starting. These will be just fine cotton balls, and luckily those are cheap. A little stain in there. Not sure how the hell that happened. So this is a little, if I can remember how to open the thing, this is a little sharpening stone. I'm sort of a stickler for sharp knives even at home, so this is an awesome thing to have. Little keychain. Don't know how useful that is, but yeah, definitely keep that in here. And it doesn't take up much space at all. I'm not sure about weight. I actually never weighed any of this, so shows you how not an ultralighter I am. Ah, yes, my knife. I knew I had a knife in here, but I don't remember anything about it. K-Bar. So it's the same company that makes the full-size K-Bar, which used to be Camillus Knives and now made in Taiwan. Sure, so that's kind of sad. Looks like I did sharpen it at one point. Lost a little bit of this finish here, but sharp enough. Yeah, I mean, folding knife's not, I mean, a full-size camp knife. I wouldn't want to baton something with this, but, you know, what is that, like a 3-inch blade? I mean, probably legal EDC, and certainly, you know, a hell of a lot better than nothing in an emergency situation, which is what this is for. This is not a, you know, first line blade. I think that might be everything. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, some definitely not usable anymore AA batteries. I think I put these in here because my headlamp at the time was running on AA batteries. I have since gotten USB rechargeable ones, but I'm guessing that's what this was in here, or just general flashlight use. Got an ant crawling on my toes down here. Oh, and here's another one come to join us. Oh, and this one, I've never actually tried to use this little striker, but this is more tender plugs and striker. Which, you know, kind of pales in comparison to this one. This is a real nice striker. I've got several other ones, but I mean, I guess like worst case scenario, this is probably, this and the knife are probably the most important things in here, I would guess. And this thing I think I skipped over. Same company that made this kind of that original sort of de facto kit, the Survive Outdoors. So this is basically the same as this emergency blanket, but it's a bivy sack. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull this out. I feel like you'd never get it back in this bag, and I've never taken it out. Yeah, it's just in here kind of loose, but I'm gonna leave this in here. And sort of a mini sleeping bag. Okay, so that's really interesting. I'm gonna keep some of this stuff in here. The knife's fine. I like the mirror, the striker. Striker's good. The cotton balls, tinder plugs, all of that stuff's fine. I'll probably pull this fishing kit apart and kind of check this out. And maybe what I'll do is I'll put some like actuals off the shelves or like real stuff that I buy. Maybe that'd be better. Anyway, so I got my fire. So with regard to that survival kit, the emergency kit thing, I'm not surprised. So little of it was really kind of functioning, and I mean, the tinder plugs and the knife and stuff like that was all fine, but like some of the other stuff, like the batteries, for example, the medical stuff was fine. But honestly, I probably should have thought to check it much sooner. It's been a long time since I even opened that bag. And yet I carried it with me many times. So it just shows you got to keep after you, like the lighter, for example. I mean, I had luckily a lot of redundancy in the fire starting, but it's definitely would have been smart to have checked that. But in general, I'm pretty happy with it. And anyway, thanks for hanging out and checking out the fire with me and spending some time. So nothing else. Stay safe and keep driving. It's only you can. Oh, you've gotta be